Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. Rumi. My tear-filled eyes gazed back at me in the mirror. Every Sunday evening brought the same overwhelming sense of dread. The thought of facing another week at a job that, despite its impressive resume, was slowly draining my spirit. At 27, I felt utterly lost, spending my days in work that failed to ignite any passion or joy within me. Up until the age of 25, I had followed my heart, engaging in activities I loved and that felt natural to me, like earning a degree in Spanish and Portuguese, followed by 3 fulfilling years teaching English in Japan. At 26, I convinced myself that I needed to pursue something more practical than teaching languages. So I obtained a master's degree in a business-related field and secured the aforementioned soul-draining corporate job. This marked the first time I had chosen to follow my head rather than my heart, and it plunged me into a level of existential despair I had never known before. There was nothing inherently wrong with the job itself. The colleagues were generally kind, there were plenty of young, fun people, and our weekends were filled with a vibrant social life. Yet, waking up each morning with a profound sense of dread and spending the day feeling out of place at the office were unmistakable signs that I was living a life misaligned with my true self. Despite the job being highly coveted and well-paying, and the significant effort and savings I had invested in business school, I saw no viable career alternative in the near future. Leaving without a backup plan felt impossible. I was completely trapped and deeply unhappy. Fortunately, my heart persistently nudged me towards activities I loved, so I ventured into various pursuits to find joy and fulfillment. Knowing that exercise could alleviate the stress from my new job, I committed to a 7 a.m. swim at the local pool several times a week. This routine required effort, but it elevated my mood and set a positive tone for the rest of the day. The job necessitated a move to Swindon, far from my family and friends. To expand my social circle, I joined a local women's football team. Despite my amateur skills, running across the muddy field with my teammates on Sunday mornings, rain or shine, was the perfect remedy for my low spirits. When an opportunity arose to participate in the London Marathon through a charity at work, I eagerly signed up. Running had always been a passion of mine, and completing the London Marathon was a childhood dream. Training with 2 colleagues week after week, regardless of the weather, infused me with camaraderie, endorphins, and a renewed sense of cheerfulness. These physical activities pulled me out of my mental fog and reconnected me with my body. They facilitated new friendships, uplifted my spirit, and silenced the negative self-talk, replacing it with positive thoughts that brightened my mood and overall outlook on life. During the first year of my soul-crushing corporate job, I met a remarkable woman chosen to represent our company on a trip to the Gambia in West Africa. Each year, one employee was selected to visit the company's charity projects in developing countries. Curious about how she stood out among 12,000 employees, I asked her secret. She simply said, "You'd be surprised, Louisa. Most people don't apply because they think they won't be chosen." In that moment, a spark ignited within me. I vowed to apply for the next charity trip, which happened to be to Tamil Nadu in southern India, a place that had always held a special place in my heart. I wanted to visit India with a purpose beyond tourism. To my astonishment, I was selected. The trip was a dream come true, fulfilling a desire I had harbored since my teenage years. I engaged with community groups in urban slums and remote villages, visited water projects, helped construct toilets, and gained invaluable insight into the charity's work in the region. Returning to Swindon, I still didn't love my job, and the Sunday night dread lingered. Yet, my feelings towards the company began to shift towards gratitude and appreciation. I had chosen this job for its international scope, hoping to travel or work abroad and utilize my language skills. Though my chances seemed slim as a mediocre business analyst, I still clung to the hope of better opportunities. After 18 months in Swindon, with the exception of my transformative trip to India, I finally got transferred to the international division. This led to 6 months in Paris, followed by a 2-year stint in beautiful Madrid. Living in Spain and using my language skills felt like a dream, but I knew I needed more fulfilling work aligned with my true talents and passions. The journey had just begun, and I was determined to find a path that truly resonated with me. The longer I stayed in that job, the more evident it became that finding work I loved was crucial. The daily grind, far removed from my zone of genius and joy, brought me a stark realization. I needed to pursue what truly made me happy. After transferring to the international division, I found myself spending countless hours alone on flights and in hotel rooms in foreign cities. This solitude provided the perfect backdrop for daydreaming about my next steps. I began to make plans, and after 2 years in Madrid, I finally broke free from the corporate world. Though I had no clear roadmap, I knew I had to follow my joy rather than endure misery in a job I didn't love. I enrolled at a Spanish university and pursued postgraduate studies in subjects I was passionate about: Hispanic literature and teaching Spanish as a foreign language. In the 3rd year of my postgraduate studies, I secured a job teaching English at a Spanish university. Through this position, I started freelancing, translating psychology articles for various university clients and academic journals, a role I still cherish today. Additionally, I combined my love for writing, positive psychology, and languages to create self-led learning materials for language magazines and online publications. My career path has been winding, but over the years my work has become deeply fulfilling. Recently, I faced a decline in my main work, psychology translations, due to advancements in translation technology. Yet, 20 years of following my heart over my head have shown me that a path always appears. Even when the future is uncertain, I remain focused on what I love and what I'm good at, trusting that the path will reveal itself as it always has. Question 1. Are you clear on what you want? Grab a pen and paper and jot down all the impossible dreams you've ever had. They can be in any life area: work, love, family, travel, skills, fun, health, creativity, etc. What does your heart truly desire? Now just allow yourself to daydream a little. Wouldn't it be wonderful if it were possible for you to do some of those things, perhaps in the not-too-distant future, and maybe even all of them eventually? You may not know how they might possibly come to fruition, but if you don't even allow yourself to daydream about the things that light you up, you can be sure as anything they won't appear in your reality. Every great thing that was ever created once started off as an idea or a daydream, so don't underestimate the importance of spending time on this. What tiny steps can you take in the direction of those big dreams? Can you take up a new hobby or volunteer in a different field? Sometimes just the satisfaction you get from taking action in the right direction can change your mood, and perhaps it will even open a door to a future opportunity you never thought possible. Question 2. Are you being the you possible? Ever wondered what makes you you? Write down the answers to these questions, allowing your pen to write freely and express what your heart knows is true, even if you haven't allowed yourself to reflect on these things for years, or perhaps even decades. What makes you come alive? What makes your heart sing? What could you do until the cows come home, even if no one paid you for it? If these questions are hard for you to answer, think back to your childhood self and who you were before adult obligations started to weigh you down and tell you who you should be. Journal on these things until you remember what it is you love and how you're meant to be showing up in the world. Step into the world and be the truest version of yourself, my dear. Embrace your passions and let your unique light shine in every aspect of your life, both big and small. Life is an invaluable gift, and our time here is limited. Each day or even each week, take small steps toward doing more of what brings you joy. By doing so, you will illuminate the world around you in ways you never imagined possible. Your heart holds the map, dear one. Find moments of stillness to listen to its guidance, and then have the courage to follow its whispers. So what is one step you can commit to taking this week to follow your heart and do more of what you love in life? If you feel this video brings value, please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on other useful content. Don't forget to leave your comments below so we can share and learn more together. Thank you for taking the time to follow.